All right, man. Terence Crawford was at the fight. Shout out to Coach Malachi. Seeing his I think he did a short on it or a video on it. And then, that's how I found out that he was gonna be there. So shout out to Coach Malachi, man. Um, Shout out to True New Media USA Today Boxing. Hopefully I said that right. So but yeah, shout out to him. Um, Terence Crawford took to Twitter and said that he no longer wants to fight Jermell Charlo, but money talks and bullshit walks. And I think part of the prestige of fighting Jermell Charlo went away when part of I would play what Charlo said, but they be tripping on the audio and shit. So but part of the prestige of winning the fight, Charlo is undisputed. He don't have undisputed right now. So I know Charlo was asked about I know Charlo was asked about I know he was asked about fighting Terence Crawford, and now he's open to fight Terence Crawford. He's open to trying to go back down, but when he don't have a belt no more, I just think it's like, Terence, like, I'm good after that performance. How many people gonna want to see the fight? You know what I'm saying? And people say the same thing about the Terence Crawford interview, but the problem with that is he's obligated to take, or the Terence Crawford fight, he's obligated to take that fight. Um, but let's unpack this. Check out the Box News playlist. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. He said, okay, y'all, I'm over Twin Charlo. He's no longer on my hit list. He went out there, laid down, and let Canelo spank him like he was his daddy with no type of resistance. Now, um, is that a reason not to, want to fight him? I mean, maybe fight Spence and be done with it. Terence Crawford hasn't been very vocal on wanting to fight Tim Tszyu. Um, and we don't know where he stand if Brian Mendoza beat Tim Tszyu. So I know that fight make financial sense in Australia. I don't see an undisputed champion, two-time undisputed champion going to Australia unless the Australian government and the organizers gonna put up big money for him to slide down there. So, that's the number one thing about it. Are they gonna put up a bunch of money for him um, to slide and go down there, go down under and go and fight Tim Tszyu, and perhaps Tim Tszyu can have two belts at the WBC because Mendoza has been upgraded to the interim title. So WBC make him a full title, that'd be half the belts, and then maybe spin the block and fight Charlo. But is that a reason not to want to fight Charlo? Then public perception is too that Crawford would have did this, that, third to Charlo. My thing is this. Canelo Alvarez was so much bigger. Y'all don't respect weight classes, and that's what I was trying to warn y'all about. You gotta respect the weight classes. Y'all don't want to respect the weight classes, bro. That's totally different from a guy who's never been north of 147 fighting, Charlo at 54, and a guy Charlo 54 who never been north of 154, fighting a 168 pounder Canelo Alvarez. Y'all don't understand. Y'all mind 13 pounds ain't nothing. But in boxing world, it's like the equivalent of weight for a small dog. 5 pounds, adding 5 pounds to a small dog, the vet explained to me that's a lot of weight to put on a small dog. That's the same thing. And, putting 13 pounds on Charlo, look how bloated and heavy around the waist he looked. That's what you supposed to look like when you move up in weight. How Manny Pacquiao still had a tight waist and all that. That's why one of the reasons a lot of people had suspicions about Manny Pacquiao. Because you don't see people, move up and have that tight of stomach and move up with muscle like that and maintain that lean muscle like that when you move up in weight. Look at Roberto Duran moved up versus Hagler to 60. That's how you supposed to look. You know, so but nonetheless, um, is that a reason still not to want to fight Charlo? I mean, maybe he feel ain't no undisputed on the line. Okay. I still got to spin the block and go fight the Mendoza Tim Zoo winner. Maybe I don't want to do that because it's not worth the risk. It's another conversation. But maybe say, guess what? That ain't worth the risk for me doing that right now. And I want to go out there and get big money fights or one last big money fight after the Spence rematch if you get past that, which a lot of people think it's a guarantee, but ain't no guarantees in boxing. Okay. Or he looking at it as saying, well, Charlo got coming down in weight. I'm not gonna get no credit. His financial stock then came down. Is they gonna pay me what they was gonna pay me? Is fans interested in Charlo after that performance? Is it gonna be a bigger fight? It ain't about the O because he ain't had an O to begin with. But after he lost like that, his stock drove down. So if I beat him, I ain't gonna get full credit neither. And he beat me, he got more to gain, and the money probably not gonna be there like that. Or it could be a combination of both, or it also can be people saying that, oh, he just want to chase Canelo. And I'm gonna address that in a different video about him versus Canelo. I'm gonna address that in a different video, so don't worry about that. So my whole thing about it is, I don't want to see the Canelo fight. I already said that. I already know how that's gonna end. People got to respect weight classes for a reason. And if Charlo, who's a physical specimen, couldn't jump up 2 weight classes, neither can he. Can't jump up 3 and beat him. And people can say, well, Charlo ain't as good as Bud, but he's physically big and he's physically athletic. What can Bud do that's different? Nothing. Nothing. He can do nothing. I mean, he can think skill wise. But y'all understand that's too much weight, bro. But you know what? I'm not gonna get into it, right? But nonetheless, uh, nonetheless, uh, should he still want to fight him? I mean, do what you want to do. You still be the two, still have opportunity to win a 4th title in the 4th weight class. I think people still will want to see the fight. Would they want to see Charlo come back and get a win first? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you going right into a fight where a guy come back and he instantly, you beat him and you give him a second loss. Of course, they're not gonna give you full credit or credibility. And them going into the fight, Charlo got everything to gain, and Bud, only got to gain the titles from a different from his perspective. So that's the thing about it. He probably feel like Charlo got everything to gain, and he really ain't got nothing to gain, fan perspective wise. But I think winning a title in 2 different weight classes, I think that's huge. I think that's monumental. But then after the fight, Charlo said, "Well, I'm ready to fight. I'm ready for the fight. I'm ready for the fight. I'm ready for the fight." And after a bunch of dancing around and saying he don't want to fight, um, now he want to fight after the fight because when you get a taste of that financial money versus Canelo Alvarez, when you get a taste of that bread, don't nobody want to move backwards. Don't nobody want to move backwards, bro. Listen to me. Don't nobody want to go backwards. He want like Caleb Plant. People was like, "Oh, Caleb Plant getting right back in the ring with he getting right back in the ring with David Benavidez after getting knocked out by Canelo not too long ago." Yeah, because you don't want to. Once you touch that type of money, you want to keep getting as closest to that money as you can get. You want to keep getting that money. You don't want to keep going backwards. You don't want to keep going backwards. Trust me. You don't want to keep going backwards. You want to you want to keep getting that money. That's why they a lot of these dudes don't. I'll be thinking like these PBC guys should be trying to come back and do their best, and they have an incentive to get back in the ring and fight because you want to keep touching that bag. You want to keep touching higher. And they get in there with these big fights and they get in here bullshitting training. You know what I'm saying? They get in here inactive. That's Al Heyman fought. They inactive. You know, they not training like they should be training. Okay. So when they get in these spots, man, you know, they don't have the activity. They not moving up the right way. Okay. Um, you know, so in my opinion, it's sad. You know, you get this opportunity and it's just about getting the bag. Come on, it's just about getting the bag. That's it. You know, and it shouldn't be about that. You know, but nonetheless, bro, I still watch the fight. Crawford and Charlo. Um, but to me, I mean, you know, he don't have too much of a choice. What other choice do we got? Tell me, what other choice do Terence Crawford got other than rematch? He gonna fight Jerron Ennis, okay? No, other than Canelo Alvarez, which is why would I jump up and fight him? I understand financially he don't have a chance versus Canelo. Hopefully, that submitted that in y'all minds. Um, um, I'm just saying. Uh, other than that, what else he got to do? Let's he beat Crawford and walk away. But you know, do he want to go out there and win another title and say I got four division titleists? I mean, that might be a goal. But I think I think the three titles, I think not being able to get undisputed hurt him. I think it hurt not being able to get undisputed. Um, I think that hurt. I think that hurt. And then he lost, and then he drained himself back down. He's like, oh, okay, it's not credible. So I understand from that aspect, but I don't see too many other avenues he got. So just my opinion, man. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link inscription. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Hit the link tree. You can find me everywhere. Check out my new channel right here on YouTube, Free Game 89, FR33 Game 89. The links in the link tree. The links in the link tree. Also, check out my Detroit channel. The links in the link tree in the description. Mercy Sports Talk. Peace.